Welcome to the BosanTwerk Broadcast, where I'm Boston and you're twerking and maybe even tweaking all over this broadcast. And today we have
Ben Bartells
and
Harper Schneider.
Woo! And today we're talking about Childish Gambino, the jack of all trades. Now you might know him as Donald McKinley Glover Jr. Shocker of all shockers. There is a senior. I just thought that was funny. He was in Marvel Spider-Man Homecoming. He plays the Prowler in that movie. He was in The Muppets. He's in the show called Atlanta. He is just a major activist for black people.
And he was also a part of a huge show a lot of people might know who are watching called Community. And he was also a stand-up comic for a little bit. And he directed a lot of movies too, so pretty wide guy.
So let's talk about his acting career. Have you seen any of the movies he's been in?
I did see a couple. I've seen a couple episodes of Community. That is a hilarious show. I forget the name of his character. I think it's Troy, but he plays a character in that who's hilarious. He's kind of like the dumb kind of, comic relief character in that.
Yeah. And
he played that role amazingly. And then he's also played other roles, like serious roles, like I know in Spider-Man he played the Prowler, and it was just for a little bit. It was a small scene. It was just kind of like a scene to get fans speculating on if he's part of the cinematic universe and whatnot. But he did play a pretty serious role in that, and he's wide variety of skills.
Yeah, apparently he was also in The Muppets, which I didn't realize, but The Muppets is a pretty good movie. So if you haven't watched it, you should watch it. But he played what did he play again? He played
so in The Muppets, there's a scene where they go to a bunch of different offices and try to get a movie deal approved so the Muppets can live on. And he was one of the small office in a montage of people saying no to them getting a movie deal. He was one of the people that said no. So he was pretty funny too.
He should have said yes. Am I right?
Yeah. Shout out the Muppets.
But it's very hard for music actors, or not music, just musicians to have multiple roles and stuff. He's also directed in films and acted and wrote scripts for them. And that's just a wide range of things he all does. That's why I'm kind of calling him the jack of all trades. But it's just really interesting how he's able to balance all those things while a bunch of artists just have to do music.
He's done an insane, I can't name an actor off the top of my head that has done as much influential work as he has. He's created shows like Atlanta and helped greatly in Community. He's been a stand-up comic before. You can see some clips of his; they're hilarious. And he's been in movies, directed. He's been literally in every part of the movie making process. Most people are just actors, just directors, just script writers, but he's literally been on every single part of it at different parts of his life, and I think that's just crazy.
Harper, do you have anything to add?
Nothing that Ben didn't say.
Yeah.
I've mainly only listened to his music, and I've watched
that yet. That's a good point.
A couple of movies he's been in. I'm gonna be honest, haven't watched Community. I've heard of it, and I've heard it's really good. Camden says it's really good.
Camden loves Community. Shout out Camden Blair.
Camden Blair and Holly Snyder. Shout out.
Yeah. And that's another thing we haven't even really mentioned is his music career. I mean, that's he has really two major jobs that people like to reference of him when they think of Childish Gambino. They think of his acting or they think of his music career. And he's had a very successful music career. He's won Grammys. He's had insane hit songs like Redbone. If you don't know that song, it's amazing. Great albums. I think one of them was called Break the Internet or something like that, or something to do with the internet. And it was both of them were amazing hit albums. And I think he keeps making music to this day. A little less than a year ago, he made a great album that I loved for an upcoming movie that he's in. And he's going to be starring in that movie. It's about an alien invasion, and it's going to be a more serious role that, he doesn't tackle that often. He's usually more of a comedy guy, but he still can do these serious roles. And I think that he's still doing it at this age after decades in the game, I think is crazy to think about.
And I feel like his music is very versatile, where he can do literally anything with his music, and I feel like it's all kind of different rather than being the same song over and over again.
Yeah, artists he is very emotional and he's able to connect with his audience really well, which I find. I say this all the time. I find artists struggle with that, but I've been saying that every artist has done a good job on this that I've covered so far. But and I'm just really impressed. Harper, do you want to look up their discography and read it off?
Oh, sure. I'd love to.
I mean, just a couple songs that come off the top of my head. I'm a huge Childish Gambino fan. I have like maybe 20 of his songs in my 1,000 song playlist that I listen to all the time. But he has amazing songs, and they're also versatile. Like a song recently that I love and I can't get out of my head is this song called Lithonia. That's kind of like a more like grandiose kind of song. Like if you put that song in headphones and then you put it on full volume, it's like you get teleported to another world. It's like it's crazy like synths and piano and just right in your face, and it's a crazy song. But he also has songs that are more chill and more, like kind of flowy with the vibe of the music, like songs like Redbone, which is his most popular track, and I think that is just the versatility is just insane.
Here we go.
Pulled up his discography.
Yeah.
Yeah, so like albums like Awaken My Love and Because the Internet, that's what I was thinking of earlier. Because the Internet are both insane songs. Bando Stone and what's it called? Bando Stone and the New World is the new album he came out with recently. It's supposed to be for a movie that's coming out, I think, sometime this year or next year. It's about some alien invasion or something. Honestly, the trailer didn't reveal much, but it looks very entertaining.
I like the cover.
Yeah. It's him holding a rooster, I think.
It is.
Beautiful.
And he has a spam hat on. That's like
Shout
really
out spam.
cute.
I heart spam.
I'm personally not a big spam guy.
I'm not a spam guy.
I'm a spam
You're not a
guy.
Misgendering much?
What? No, but yeah, I mean, I don't know. He's very, I don't want to say like wacky or goofy, but like he is very out of the box when it comes to other artists. Like a lot of artists, you'll see them kind of get stuck in a box of just making country music, just making Chicago rap music, just making singing pop music, right? But you never can expect what, like when I was playing the Childish Gambino album, Bando Stone and the New World, the newest one that came out, I think last year, it would be like a song that was kind of like, soft and flowy and get you in the mood. And then the next song would be like in your face, like synths out of nowhere. And it would like low-key kind of scare you for a second there. And it's just, you never know what to expect from someone like Childish Gambino because they never do the same thing twice. And I think that's just, another aspect that makes him so memorable to the eyes of fans and whatnot.
Yeah.
He's also like collaborated with a whole bunch of different artists, which I think is really cool because he doesn't like collaborate with one kind of artist.
Yeah.
Like he's collaborated with Jenny. Help me out here.
I can't think of it. I know exactly what you're talking about though. But he like when he will collab with artists, it's never like the same rap artist or it's never like the same country artist or whatever. It'll always be either some new style or sometimes more often than not, it's an artist you've never heard of before, which I honestly really like too. I love when artists who are as big as Childish Gambino, millions and millions of monthly listeners, get on Spotify or whatever platform they go on and they talk about, or not they don't talk about, but they sing with artists who are more unknown and get those people into more of a spotlight that they can, then branch off their careers for them. I know there's been I can't name any off the top of my head here, but there have most definitely been plenty of artists who have kind of gotten springboarded into a great career off of, being in relation to Childish Gambino in some form or another with his music. So, yeah.
I just find him like he's very out of a box thinking. Like, joke enough, he's a jack in a box.
Yeah.
Or out of the box. But Childish Gambino, he's just able to make these things happen and just bring out energy from nowhere and be able to reel it back in really quickly with his music and songs. And I just find that hypnotizing in a way.
Yeah. And I mean, like what do you see in Childish Gambino that you think makes him so memorable to like other listeners? Because he's so unique, but there's so many things about him. What's that one thing that sticks out to you, Oliver?
I think what all artists that we've covered so far on this podcast all have in common is that they all bring themselves out, not their persona, not them fake self, their real human emotions, raw talent, and just love for the music and being able to express their emotions and how they feel about something. Like, for instance, like people can write songs like, I'm having a mental breakdown right now. I am like, but Childish Gambino, he's just this raw passion that like, I see him writing it down, and he's literally writing down fire. Like, you know that meme?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like the whole room is burning down around him and everything.
Yeah, and he's causing it by writing.
Yeah, I know exactly what you're talking about. Like, it's great because I know I'm not like going to say names or anything, but there are definitely artists out there who will who will kind of trap themselves in a box and kind of just go with whatever their industry says they should do. Like if country music is just booming that year, then they will make a country album and it will be a hit. And if there's pop music that's booming at that time, they will make a pop album and it'll be another hit. But it can kind of just get stale after a little bit. You know, like after a while of listening to these artists, you can kind of catch on to like, okay, they're just like going with like the trends, and it gets kind of boring after a little bit. All their music kind of has the same tone, just said in a different fashion. You know what I mean? Like they're all saying the same things, it's just said in a different way. But Childish Gambino, yeah, that's right, in a different font. It could be in a country font or a pop font. You get what I'm saying? Yeah. But like with Childish Gambino, he's literally just writing music about what makes him passionate and what is on his mind at the time. Like for this is a great example. Okay, there was a Childish Gambino made a TikTok video promoting his new, at the time, the album that hasn't come out yet, Milestone in the New World, made a TikTok promoting it. And then I believe in the comments, there was someone called Cody LeRae who like was leaving like a hate comment. And then he made a whole song that then became a hit called Lithonia. And the first lyric in that song is like kind of trashing on, he literally name drops Cody LeRae.
Oh my goodness.
And then kind of like trashes on him for a little bit. And it's a great song, it's a great lyric, and I love that song. But I remember when I found that out, it was just like crazy. It was just crazy that, someone that is as popular as Childish Gambino can literally just make a song out of anything. Just some random guy who left a hate comment, and it will become just an instant hit because he's that talented. It's not because of what the industry wants, it's because he's that good at what he does.
Yeah. All right. Let's take a pause now, and let's play a song.
Okay.
Song break. Woo!
Woohoo!
Make sure it's not copyrighted.
Oh. What song should we play?
This is America.
I mean, I don't know.
Should we just play Redbone?
Redbone, sure.
Sure.
That's a popular one. This will kind of talk about this kind of mention what I'm talking about, though, and that he'll have like more flowy songs.
Okay, Oliver.
Yeah, Oliver knows what's up. Here, skip to a random part real quick.
This song is long.
Yeah. Do you hear that? All right, now pause it. Now this song is, I brought it up earlier, and it kind of goes with what I was saying about Childish Gambino never doing the same thing, in that it's honestly, if I just heard that song randomly and I didn't know what that song was, I honestly would not think Childish Gambino made it. It does not sound at all like him. Like, it sounds like someone with kind of like a more raspy voice, kind of trying to sing high and trying to reach a high note and whatnot, but like, that's Childish Gambino, and it's not that much auto-tune. And I remember there's a clip of him singing it live, and I was shocked because his real voice is kind of like a little high-pitched. It's a little like, it's just a normal voice, but like is kind of the notes he can hit if he just feels like it. And he's that talented and he's that skilled, and he's just a natural entertainer. I think like he does so many amazing things that, like, directing, music, acting, screenwriting, whatever it may be, he's just a natural talent when it comes to entertainment.
Yeah, totally.
And I think that music kind of perfectly represents that, and that, it's not like any of his other music. And I'm sure if there's music if you like that song, there's other music like that, but it's definitely not the majority. So, yeah.
I'm looking at Harper, because Harper hasn't said barely anything this whole episode.
No, I've said so much.
Oliver knows not Oliver, sorry. Harper knows what she's talking about. Harper's a Childish Gambino fan, right?
Yeah, boys.
Oh, yeah. So I have to thank you guys so much for being on this episode.
Of course.
Thank you.
Ben, do you have something you would like to plug?
Benson_verified on Instagram. I think the E is a 3, but yeah, that's my Instagram.
Also follow his podcast. I don't think he.
Oh my gosh, yeah. I have my own podcast, Cage Talk, on Spotify, the same place you're watching it here. So go ahead and watch that. 25 episodes deep.
Oh yeah.
Harper, do you have anything to add?
I love you guys.
And that's a wrap. Remember to keep Boston and twerking all over that dance floor and live. See ya.